Hello, Marvel fam. Welcome to episode of Marvel Talk with your hosts,
Nick
and Chris. And we got a good one to talk with you about tonight.
That's right.
The review of Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah, this is gonna be really fun. So we did our in and out video that we do on TikTok. So go check that in the description along with our Instagram. I'll be doing the last post for Brand New Month on Instagram. So go check that out. Then we're back to just regular Marvel content. But this was another banger Spider-Man movie. I feel like that it's just as good as No Way Home, but this is just street level. You have two movies that do completely different things, which you could love both equally.
Yes.
One represents the multiverse and now is street level. And I was right. His mutation, which, by the way, this is your chance. If you haven't seen it yet, don't watch it. Come back, like it, and come back. But we're going to get into it right now. So, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He did not turn into Man Spider. I was right. I figured it was going to be like that. Jean Grey is the villain. And yep, that's pretty much all the major stories. And Elena's in there, and she has an office that's in a sauna, and it's really great. And let's just get everything that's going to be out of the way. Ned Leeds basically remembers Peter at the end when they're doing their handshake thing. There's a moment where they fucked us into thinking that Mary Jane...
Michelle Jones.
Sorry. I'm all over the place right now, guys. You gotta be patient with me here. I'm all over the place. As you can tell by how we're just getting into all the nitty gritty here. MJ, Michelle Jones, kissed Peter, and it ended up being Jean controlling her and fucking up everything. And then the leader of Damage Control ended up, which, by the way, Jean's sister is canonically canon here. With powers, Sarah. Yeah, so it's really cool. She doesn't do much. Which I was just learning about. I just talked to Christopher about it and how, her origins and everything, how she doesn't really get mentioned anymore.
But it looks like the guys who made this really did their research. Yeah, like how James Gunn does his with his movies.
Yeah, so I was educating Christopher on the way back to my place here. So it was just like, wow. Tombstone's only in it for a few minutes. Scorpion has a few scenes, which is pretty cool. Hulk doesn't overstay his welcome. Basically what you saw in Marvel Rivals is basically what he looks like in the game with besides the glasses. Punisher's amazing. They did a Civil War reference where Spider-Man basically sacrificed himself to save Jean Grey after she goes into his mind fully. She gets full control of her powers. They kidnapped her thanks to Spider-Man. Spider-Man goes through his mutation. Basically, just great action. This review's all over the place, guys. We're sorry. This is sort of like a full-on, just like our first initial thoughts that are going through. And the end credit scene, there's not an end credit scene, there's a post-credit, and it's basically hinting at possibly Toby coming in, as we're probably gonna be talking about with the Comic-Con stuff next week, which is gonna be a very exciting video. Go check that out. But this is just all over the place because this is really just like a wow thing. And the meaning of the story is just don't do things on your own. Like, you don't have to go through everything alone. You have people in your life, and just know that.
Yeah, because this is what I kind of went through a bit last year, so
I went through this my whole life, doing things on my own too. So
yeah, and even not just last year, even a part of my life too.
Yeah.
So it really felt good. I really connected with this movie.
Yeah, same. It's a very beautiful movie, and again, it hits all the right places. The humor's there when it needs to be. The serious moments are serious. Punisher's great in this, and like I said, Hulk I really didn't think was gonna. I was really worried about Hulk, but thankfully he's in it more than Red Hulk. Thankfully, so that was a plus. Don't know why they over-advertised him when he wasn't really in that much in the movie, but it was still really good to see. And there's a reference to Hulk knowing Peter, basically in the comics when what happened with Mephisto for One More Day. Hulk still remembers Peter, so they kind of did that little moment there.
Yeah, which I was happy.
Yeah,
I was hoping he was gonna say his name, be like, Peter.
Yeah, but
no. He did. But it's okay. I mean, in a way, he did see when he's backed up.
And for anybody wondering, I know Christopher was wondering, and I told him this in the theater. I said that she disconnected the control and had him go savage. I also did a funny scene when when we thought that Michelle Jones, MJ, was kissing Peter and she snapped out of it, I was like, now go kiss Ned. I got the theater laughing as always. You know, I'm that guy, theater guy over here.
And I'll still never forget that time when we saw Multiverse of Madness, when Wanda kills Charles Xavier, and then he goes, "You bitch!"
I got it. That was unintentional too. I just got really angry at that, but oh man, it's so good. And then like the handshake, and then he's like, "Oh my God, Peter!" And they left us with that, and then the end credit. It was such a great movie.
Even though like just one little sad thing in the movie, apparently MJ finds like the note that Peter's been trying to figure out what to say, and it pretty much ends with, "I don't love you."
Yeah, it was sad, but I mean, like, she's not wrong.
Because she
and
forgot.
You know, when they were hanging out, she drew a picture of them together.
Yeah.
And you know, it was like amazing. Like, you know.
But I mean, you know, anything could happen if they make a 5th movie.
There are plans for a 5th one, I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I just hope it doesn't take another like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
You know, like they need to stop doing this thing where it's just every 5 years.
Yeah, because I mean, after all, between Homecoming and Brand New Day and No Way Home, they all came out in like 2 years apart. So
which was good. And I think
just took 5 years because this is like a new saga. That's why. A new trilogy or something.
Well, I think for me, it was because, and this is just me, they just didn't know what they were doing. I think that Kevin Feige really just didn't know what he was doing. And the SAG situation that happened a while back made him really step back and be like, well, what are we going to do here now, right? What's our plan? What's our motto? How are we going to fix this, right? And it just led to a lot of mix and matchings. I'm just hoping that they have this story now and that they start filming as soon as possible, you know? But that's just me. I think that in the next 2 years, we got something here. Do filming next year, be ready by the following year. They can make another solid trilogy here.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to wait another 5 years because they're going to be too old at that point. You need to do it while you can now. Yes. That's what life is about. So I'm going to say, I would just say the only real disappointment was that it was just a post credit, not an end credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Sony has been so terrible lately. I even told people in the theater, like, fuck Sony. You know, they're getting rid of physical media. Such a terrible thing what they're doing. And I just feel like they didn't care enough to get hyped for it. And there were rumors about Sony potentially selling the Spider-Man rights back to Disney, which they just should at this point. And let's hope we get good news of that. But this movie was excellent. This movie was so good. I have no complaints. Usually there's nitpicks, but for a movie like this, I don't have any. I didn't have any nitpicks for No Way Home. I had no real nitpicks for Deadpool and Wolverine. I think I only had like 1 or 2. But yeah, I would say that this is currently my favorite Marvel movie and my favorite movie of the year right now. And I'm hoping Doomsday's the same. I really do. But until then.
But yeah, and I'm just going to say,
please.
like, I didn't get to say this before.
Oh, yeah, please.
But this movie really does, I feel like, have a lot of competition with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. Because based on street level and how, you know, Peter is miserable-wise and, like, all
May
that
I
stuff.
say something?
Of course.
And I didn't think you realized this, but do you know how Tobey had his existential crisis where he lost his webbing?
Yeah.
Peter's crisis caused him to mutate even faster.
Yeah,
that was a reverse thing. I really like that.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. It's like, first, like, it's like they both
especially
went
with the stress, because he has an AI computer. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
But she said that the stress is causing him to have his mutation mute even more.
Yeah, I noticed that. But yeah, while Tobey, it's like he dealt with like web blocks and, you know, losing his powers.
Well,
here he's
the opposite.
Yep, here he's just being mutated.
And then he accepts it at the end, right, where he takes off the inhibitor chip and he's like, I'm both. And we had a beautiful scene with Aunt May and, you know, everything. It's just such a beautiful movie. It's such a beautiful movie. There's just action's great. They did everything right. Cameos were the cameos they needed. Characters didn't feel out of place, especially Hulk, which you would think would be out of place. But no, this was such a solid movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that No Way Home can still stand as, like, in terms of the best multiverse movie. But this, I don't know which is better, if Spider-Man 2 or Brand New Day, because I feel like Spider-Man 2 will always be, I think, just on a league of its own, but this also is just on a league of its own too. Jean Grey shouldn't even be make sense, like it just shouldn't be a thing, but yet they made that work.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
like
people
a
are
new take,
I don't know if people were upset about that. I mean, Kevin Feige has been very clear that he loves the X-Men. 97. He loves 97. He approved of Marvel vs. Capcom collection. He wants the X-Men in everything, you know. And I feel like we're going to make a video about the X-Men and our hopes and our fears for or concerns for it. I was talking about it with Chris on the way back. But like right now, this was perfect.
Yeah.
This was really perfect. And we're probably going to be seeing this again. And maybe we can come back to this take with a much more like months from now, because I always feel like when we do these videos, we have like our first impressions and it's just us talking about what we feel right now and then it changes later. This is not going to be one of those. I do feel like if we ever go back to this, it's just going to be more calm and more like detail to detail. But like, always expect this with us, guys, when we first do these things. I just feel like this movie just hits in all the right places. The meaning of the story. I love stories that have meaning to them, and this just does that.
Yeah.
And Peter is Peter. He's miserable, but he's still going on. You know, he tries to fix human mutation. He tries to help Jean. He gets angry. Like he has feelings and emotions, and he embraces everything. And again, when he got shot by Punisher by accident, we got the Civil War scene with him carrying him out. People were there to surround him and be loved, and Frank was just amazing in this too. Yeah. Frank really played like a mentor, and again, I want to see this Disney Plus thing about Staten Island, because there's this incident, because they talk about this incident in Staten Island that he saved Punisher, and it becomes like this whole thing. I need a Disney Plus of that.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
But it was just so perfect. Like, man, they really gotta make that Disney Plus special.
Yeah.
But all in all, guys, it was amazing, and it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me too.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We're sorry this video was all over the place, but it's so good. We promise we'll make a more proper review. This is more of a first impressions video, where our thoughts are just all over the place. So yeah, our thoughts are just all over the place. We hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Check out our other socials in the description down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We also hope that you enjoyed Brand New Month. We cannot wait for Doom Month. That'll be our last big month for December, and we'll see you for more regular Marvel content. We had a blast this month. We'll go back to our logo and everything, but again, thank you all so much. We hope you all enjoyed this month with us, and we'll see you for regular content soon. Excelsior.
Enough said.